All right, live with the post game. Tough loss. You know what I'm saying? That's a tough L. But I'd be remiss if I don't get right to the issue, right to the point. Today was one of those games that, as a fan, is what you want to see. And for whatever reason, we always keep having this issue with being able to get the offense to do anything for us. I know the fan base is gonna point the finger at the defense and at that last second breakdown. And technically, technically, they will be correct, but I'd be like I said, I'd be remiss, or I would be not in the right if I didn't bring up the fact that throughout that game, if you watch that game, we shouldn't even have to be in that predicament, in that position, because basically what happened is basically that's just one of those games where they had the ball last with the chance to do the last amount of damage, pretty much no matter how you sliced it. They basically won off technicality, the fact that they had the ball at the correct time and technically, which is going to be probably brought up 1,000 times, for the blown coverage. I'm not even sure whose responsibility it was or whose fault it was for the coverage. I don't know if it was man or zone, but however that dude got that open, it was obviously something wasn't calculated correctly. So, you know, but that's beside the point. Obviously, we all know that everybody is gonna be in agreement that that was a really, really tough blown assignment at a really, really crucial point. There's no guarantee, because we had two timeouts and not sure even if we haven't given up that play or if we didn't let them get in the scoring range. Because pretty much once they got in the scoring range, it was over with for us. Our defense pretty much had to force either a 3-and-out or not necessarily 3-and-out, but basically their limit was only about 30. What did it say? Started at 30. They only had about 30, 40 yards of a field to gain to be able to win. So, really, we was in a tough position, defensively, regardless. That's one of those times where the defense had to play their absolute best at that time, and we didn't get their absolute best at that moment. We got good stuff from them throughout the day, at certain times. Certain times you got other things, but like I said, that's where you play complementary football, and like I said, me personally, I got to get to the main issue. Now, a lot of people are gonna try to dodge over this issue based on the fact that we actually were able to tie the game, which we all should be, in a sense, we all should be, you know, thanking God that we even had an opportunity to be able to try to have that last defensive possession, because we all know what happens 9 out of 10 times that we in that situation. And the crazy thing is, when that possession started, now I'm making this up. I don't think he actually said this, but it was, Doug, he gave like, I don't know which coach or which one it is, but I'm going to just say one of the assistant coaches. It was crazy because Doug gave him a look like, can I leave? Like, do I have to be here to watch this? And it was almost like the assistant pretty much told him like, yeah, Doug, you can't leave. You got to stay and watch and see if he can get us down the field and get us in the end zone. And it was crazy because you could just look at Doug's face, on the TV, and it's just like you could just almost hear him going, like he was finna just start crying. It was crazy, man. Man, I was laughing so hard. But tough L, man. It's a big L, which makes our win last week even that much more crucial and that much more important. At sitting at 2-6, we in bad shape, but even now, I don't think mathematically is technically over with for us. So, obviously we know what we got to do. We got 2 out of the last 3, so now we got to kind of continue on those type, runs. We got to kind of go streaking pretty soon. Pretty much next game. Like I said, we already damn near in the playoff. In our mind, almost everything is must win. So this one is tough because we literally played this game to where, honestly, if we being honest with ourselves, we shouldn't even been in this predicament. We should have actually won the game by double digits, probably 10 to 14 points. On our side, we got things to go our way. They quarterback got injured, which, I mean, you know how that is, man. You take that with a grain of salt, man, because, the way this seem like the way the league set up and the way things go, it's like, man, this is almost like, man, quarterbacks, especially now, maybe it's just against us, which is, a possibility because we see it so much, but it's almost like quarterbacks are interchangeable. It really don't matter who the opposing quarterback is. It's at times it seems like they just gonna have success regardless. So, but yeah, I figured I'd go and get this post game out quick. Probably won't be extremely long, and I just kind of want to get it on out and get it over with. We still having trouble on third downs and in crucial situations. Like even earlier, I mean, it seemed like we just got some. I don't want to say bad luck, because but I don't know. At times, it seems that way. Um, yeah, just I don't know, man. I don't really want to say that, but it like I said, man, that's from what we see, man. Just even when we get a stop, it's a flag, or today it damn near seemed like they made up a penalty on us. Like when they kicked the field goal and somebody shifted or moved or something. I'm like, man, what the like? Maybe I just don't recall a situation, but I can't. To me, that seemed like that was a brand new rule. Like I never seen that. Or put it like this: if I had been out there, I might have messed up and made that mistake too. Because it's like, man, I mean, really, y'all going deep into the rule book to try to find something that we did, but you know, it is what it is, man. It's a tough L. It's almost one of those L's that I would say it's kind of deflating, like it lets you air out your balloon a little bit, because you even with all the mistakes, and I'm gonna get to that, but even with the mistakes and stuff, we were able to be resilient enough to get ourselves in position to be able to win a game. And still, somehow find a way to lose the game in the same sense, So like I say, man, we at a big spot, and I know a lot of fans gonna get real reactionary right now because this is a tough L because just the swing of the outcome, whether it's win or W, would have been so monumental either way. For us now, it puts you with even less room for error. But on the flip side, if you get that win, it's just it puts you damn near right in the mix of things again. Like even with a 3-5 record, it's like you're not really out of anything. So um tough L. A lot of people gonna be probably pretty down on it. Me personally, only reason I'm even a little bit upset is because of why we were even in that situation and why I had to even witness a nail biter. It's like, man, it's so repetitive, man. Like literally, we get an interception, right? And I don't know how many plays later it was, but it didn't take long. I had to step away from the TV for a second and answer a knock at the door. By the time I get back to the TV, from getting a knock at the door, by the time I actually make it back to the TV, he done already threw them back another interception, gave the ball right back to him. So, I mean, literally, we picked that ball off at what, the 10, 12-yard line. So we literally stopped points just for a few plays later, for are supposed to be generational. I give him the bus driver tab, which in a situation like that, that's not driving the bus well to just be doing some risky stuff. And that wasn't the only risky pass. He threw quite a few of those today. And give credit, the receivers did a pretty good job of catching for the most part. I wish Kirk had caught the one he got hurt on. At least if you get hurt on the play, I mean, it would have helped us if you could have held on to that one. But we'll give you a pass because you got hurt. But I mean, excuse me. I mean, it's pretty. Like I say, man, I guess my only frustration is, man, I guess it's just getting old of repeat things you know, with the same player. And I'm sure all my Trevor ass kissers, I'm sure that on a day like today, with such an important game, I'm sure you guys wish, that it was Tank that fumbled or Ingram that fumbled or whatever, so the finger could be pointed elsewhere. But everybody watch that game, watch us give up chances to take the momentum and really, like I say, like I've said in previous videos, for whatever reason, Trevor got a problem at being able to put teams away. The way he does things, it makes it hard for him to really just get on a team and put them down, And I feel like this week, probably about at least 60 to 70% of the blame gonna go on Trevor. The other 20, 30, however you want to break that up, percent is gonna go on the coaching. And then maybe 5 to 10% go on that last defensive lapse, So getting to the majority percentage of it, we got to deal with Trevor still throwing interceptions, just, I mean, it almost seemed I guess I can't say every game, but at least every other game is just gonna have a moment where we're in a crucial possession, right? A possession where we need some points. Like literally, when he threw that pick, we were down 13-10, I believe. You throw that pick, let them go up by another 3. Luckily, the defense held. I mean, you gave them the ball in field goal range when they got the pick. So, good job on defense on that possession to hold them to the 3. Touchdown would have been pretty rough in that situation. But yeah, that's rough, man. And then once again, we down 13 to because they scored a touchdown, went up 10-27. I want to say, was it 13-20? No, we had 17. We were, yeah, that we were tied. It was 17-20, I believe, when you fumbled the ball inside the 5-yard line, just and couldn't get on it. Like I said, just I don't know. I guess it's just old, with the same old stuff. You fumble the ball inside literally we down 3 points. So if you just take the sack and hold the damn ball or whatever, we in good shape, man. We down 3 points, man. You fumble the ball inside the 5, so that's damn near an automatic touchdown. Now we go down by 10 points. It's 27-17 now. Just that quick, And, thank God we had enough fight in us to slowly, methodically be able to get back into it. It probably would have been good if we got the touchdown we got on the first possession. Then that next possession, when Ingram catches that touchdown, instead of being down, instead of being tied, we'll be up 4, if we get the touchdown. But I'll be damned if we don't snap the ball and hit somebody. And why are we? That play seemed just kind of odd anyway. Like, why are we running tight end motions? Like, we're not finna give the tight end a reverse. Like, why even have a situation where that could happen? Why the hell is he flashing in front of the quarterback? What is the design of that? What is I don't know. But like I said, I gotta put that's where, like, stuff like that is where the percentage falls on the coach. And I'm sure there's a couple other scenarios that I'm not quite thinking of at this exact moment, but yeah, we gotta tighten up on stuff like that. Looks like it's gonna be a tough day at the office with the injury bug. So we'll see what the synopsis or what the ultimate conclusion of the injuries are here and probably in the next few days. Hopefully everybody is just need a few days to heal up and they'll be ready for the next game, because it's gonna be much needed going up to Philly. It's we in a rough spot, man. We got a lot of work to do, a lot of and like I said, that's what the tough part about today is. It's just another L. But if we ain't in this position, we don't even look at a game like this and be so upset about it, because that's really like how they designed the NFL to come down to a last possession or a last play, that pretty much decides the outcome of it. This is what they want, TV wise. So we could be in a lot of those games. We got to find a way to come out on top in these situations. So, there's definitely room for improvement there, in situational awareness and maybe somebody need to call a timeout, or it almost looked like I seen a Luakan, pointing in that direction, like, hey, watch over there, or watch the wheel route, or this or that, whatever he was saying. I can't give him credit for it because I didn't hear him, so I don't know exactly what he said, but it kind of appeared like that, like he was kind of pointing that direction out of the field. So that was tough, but like I said, overall, man, I see the game for what it really is, man. We it's pretty much the same story, like basically we had, those turnovers, they damn near cost us. Cause did we get any? We got one turnover from them. We had two. We lost by 3. I mean, hey, that's your ball game right there, and I mean, when you literally hand the team a touchdown, you fumbling inside the 5-yard line, no mobility to be able to get away, and even when you about to take the sack, man, why the hell? Like, what type of? I mean, are y'all putting grease on his hands, or putting oil, or like what the hell is going on? Why is the ball? I mean, why can you not just get sacked and hold the damn ball? It's mind boggling, So that stuff is tough, man. And I think this game is kind of indicative of something I was upset about throughout the week, And I mentioned this in my last video, and I was not pleased at watching people, I don't know. I haven't really got an exact name for them yet, but basically it's the part of our fan base that's willing to die on the Trevor sword, And in a sense, I feel like it's becoming obvious now that even even the big man upstairs, you know what I'm saying, I don't like I said, I mean, I'm trying to be careful with my words and what I'm gonna say, because the average public gonna say football guys, me personally, my beliefs is, it ain't no guys with an S when it comes to the football. The God of this earth is, you know, the God of football, the God of all this stuff. So, but um, I just I'm at a point where, like I said, I mean, I can't stop it, but I just hate having to even watch the football game, to watch them go to cut scenes of 100 people in the stands wearing Trevor wigs. And I mean, how do you people feel, when you dressed up like him and he fumbling on the 5-yard line? And just I'm sure you get excited whenever you do make a play, but damn, like we we're more used to, like, almost to the negative stuff than the positive, and that's disheartening, man. It's not good. And like I said, I seen somebody put on YouTube this past week that all the Trevor haters can you know, eat a man's whatever, it's just like, man, come on, man. Like, what are we doing here? Like, and I seen another creator or somebody literally had like a poster of him, like a god on their wall. It was almost like the painting that people see of Jesus with, but instead it was Trevor. I'm like, oh my God, what I'm like, what is this shit? Like, people are fucking ridiculous. Like, it's it's bad, man, to where I don't get it, man. And like today's game, it's like it's not even like, a lot of people gonna say, oh well, I'm upset, I'm shocked, I'm angry, I'm whatever, and those are different emotions. But you would think a lot of people at this point would take the feeling of, I don't want to say assurance, but it's like people, I know a lot of people aren't surprised at any type of way this game turned out. Even though, we were given the excitement to be able to come back and still be competitive throughout it, we know where our crucial mistakes were. Now, like I say, the biggest that's going to be pointed out is the defensive lapse in coverage at the end, which, technically, I guess you could say that did cost us the game. But even if we hold, we gotta do the same thing. We gotta make another game saving, but this one would be a game winning drive. But like I said, man, I watched Doug before that series started, because usually what happens is when we have, and we as a fan base, we've probably seen this like 30, 40 times now. Like, when we got a game winning situation, the very first play he took a sack fumble. The very first play he throw a pick. Like, so the fact we even got, that game time drive to where we was actually able to watch the offense just take their time and go down the field and score, that was positive. I'll take that. I was shocked, but at the same time grateful, to be able to actually see that come to fruition at one point. So I'm gonna take that as a positive silver lining, and hopefully we get to a point where we can get better in those scenarios. But overall, man, this game come down to turnovers. I in my opinion, you know, even even if we just go down the field and we get three on both of the opportunities where we turn it over, we win this game. And we win it handily if when we hold them scoreless for a whole first quarter, but guess what? We can't score nothing. We didn't even have a first down till down near the second quarter. And obviously, if the analyst on the TV who's calling the game at Fox can say, why the hell are the Jaguars throwing the ball? Like, they just showed dominant success running. In the first three drives, we might have ran the ball twice, maybe, out of the first three drives. Why the hell are we not running it 12 times and throwing it just once or twice? I don't give a damn if we get our 3 and outs like that. But at least we come out with the mentality that we gonna run the ball. It's coming at you. So, hey, if you stop it this first drive when we run it, I'm talking run 3 straight runs. Run, run, run. Off the rip, just to let them know, like, this is coming today. It makes it easier for Trevor, for the people who only thinking about Trevor and forgetting that this is the Jaguars and not the Trevors, that would make it easier for him if we did that. But that was disheartening, man, for me, and even others, if the people that's calling the game is saying the same thing. I was speaking correctly, but even in the pregame video, I'm saying we got to run the ball. 40 attempts. We need to run the ball. To come out like that, punt, interception, just, it's disheartening, man, because the way the people who was calling the games, the game, the way they were speaking like, wow, Green Bay should be up by 20 right now. But in reality, we should have been up by 20. because we was stopping them. They didn't have nothing. Love was out there hurting in pain. I mean, they didn't have it. I mean, they got life from that interception. That pick gave them life. We were supposed to be stomping on them right there. If we just, play more balance and do the right thing, not coming out throwing like you got Tom Brady back there and he done won 5 Super Bowls and proven to you that he's trustworthy to just come out slinging it. It's just it's disheartening sometimes, man. And like I said, I felt bad for Coach Doug and when we were on that game time drive. I felt for him a little bit because you could see it in his face. He was like, "Oh my God, here it comes," and I'm gonna have to go stand. I think he was already thinking about the post game interviews, like, what do you need to do to get him better? Why, it just, and that's sad because usually, like, we've all can say we watched the transformation or a change in Doug. Oh my God, just bad on the vocab right now. Probably need to get ready to wrap it up. We watched the change from Doug in the first year, how calm, cool, collected he was to now. It looked like, I mean, sometimes it looked like Doug about to just lose it, man. Like, and it's crazy because I know the reasoning behind it, but during that last drive, man, I really don't even think Doug wanted to be there. He was already thinking about what I'm gonna have to say in post game, because in his mind, it was only gonna be another play or two before the game was over. And that's how a lot of us thought. I know I was like, well, you know, it's probably coming right now, but let me just brace myself now. So, and any other thing is would be a surprise to me. Hey, and I got a surprise today. So I almost feel like it's kind of crazy because I know we lost, but it damn near almost feel like we won. Like just the fact that we actually watched a last minute drive where Trevor didn't do some dumb shit. Like the fumble he had it was at a bad time, but most of the time he does that, in that game time situation. But it was equally as bad because he killed momentum and gave them momentum when he did it. If he throws that pick, the first pick, if he throws that when we already up 10 or 13 or something, not so bad. The fumble that you lost on the 5, which is pretty much guaranteeing them points. If you lose that and we up 24-3 or 24-7, not so bad. It's not good, but not so bad. But you have to look at it when you're in a close, tight game, 3-point game, that's anybody's game. When you in those kind of games and you choose to turn it over at those critical times, you handicapping like everything. You make it hard on everybody. The offense got more pressure on them now. The defense is put in bad positions. It's critical, man. It's crucial. But overall, man, it's a tough L. We gotta, just as a fan base and as a team, we gotta not lose hope, even though things look dim. We gotta still search out the light. Don't just give in to the dark and go with the narratives that it's draft time and this and that, and keep fighting. keep the right mentality, keep the right attitude, you know, and the percentage that's on the coaching, man, I need you guys to really pay attention, man. You might want to, use this week's film and last week's film, in a win versus loss, and just really compare these films, and see what the difference was. The run game was still good, it wasn't bad, it started out a little sluggish, but not even, I mean, I don't really know too many teams who, the first couple touches they busting out 60 yarders. A lot of times it seems like them runners got to get worked up a little bit, and a team has to be patient enough to get them worked up. Like Tank was saying, what was that on one of them Jaguars clips when he was mic'd up? He was saying, you gotta warm me up, let me get going a little bit. Instead of coming out focusing on Trevor, letting him pass. And the only way you do that is if you're giving him no option to read the field. You're just giving him rhythm throws, screens, and stuff that's meant to just put him on a rhythm. But overall, man, it's just a tough L this week, man. And I'm gonna try to look at it the right way, and just get prepared to watch for next week, man. And like I said, a lot of my focus this season is what it is. I have expectations for the season, but I'm actually doing these and getting this YouTube going a little bit. So, that's kind of my main thing, is watching to be able to really provide some good analysis of what's going on out there. And I just need everybody to hold their head and just get ready for next week. It's really all we can do. And, try not to point the finger too much at the defensive laps, because that was big, but it wasn't really the overall reasoning. We shouldn't even been in that position, but we'll just go ahead and wrap it up, man. And everybody just kind of can switch their focus for the day and do something else, and we'll worry about next week, next week. So everybody hold their head, man, and it'll be better days later.